Order of operations. Operations mean things like adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing, or something similar. Order of operation is one of the main skills we need to know, especially when it comes to solving an equation, which will be the main focus of our attention in our future lessons. Almost every math problem we will face requires a solid understanding and ability to follow order of operations. Let's see what order of operation means. If you are asked to simplify something like 4 plus 2 times 5, the first question comes to mind is, which way do I do this? Because there are two choices to make. Let's say we choose first to do the multiplication and then the adding. So choice 1 is 4 plus. We put these two numbers in the parentheses, 2 times 5, and it equals 2 times 5 is 10, so 4 plus 10 equals 240, right? But you might also first decide to, let me change the color, to add these two numbers and then multiply it by 5. In that case, you have choice 2, where you add two numbers, 4 plus 2, and then multiply it by 5. You have 4 plus 2 is 6 times 5 equals 30. As you have noticed, each way has produced different results. When an expression contains more than one operation, then you get different answers depending on the order you use to solve the expression. But we can't have this kind of flexibility when doing math. We have to follow certain rules. Then the question is, which one of the operation comes first? When there are multiple of expression in an operation, we need to follow some ground rules so we all arrive at the same answers. That ground rules called order of operation. It means which one of the operation should be taken care of first. A common technique for remembering the order of operation has an abbreviation called PEMDAS. It stands for parentheses, exponents, multiplication and division, addition and subtractions. First, all operations that lie within the parentheses. Second, do all the exponent and roots. For instance, exponent a to the power of 2 or square root of 9. Third, from left to right, do all the multiplication and division. So we do multiplication and division. And fourth, we do from left to right, we do all the addition and subtraction. So fourth is all the addition and subtraction. So let me first clear the board and then we can do some practice. Put the PEMDAS here and then start simplifying some numbers. let's say we have 4 parentheses minus 2 over 3 plus 4 over 3. Let me change my pen, the size of my pen. Okay. 4 over 3. With an eye on this abbreviation, we can start first taking care of parentheses, right? Minus 2 over 3 plus 4 over 3, we can add them up. Since they have a common denominator, we easily can add them up. 3 minus 2 plus 4, right? It equals to 4, 2 over 3. Now we can multiply the numbers. It's going to be 4 times 2 over 3, which is 8 over 3. Let's do some more example. Let's say we have 4 minus 3 square bracket, 4 minus 2, 6 minus 3, close the parentheses, and square bracket, and divide it by 2. Now, the first thing we do is start with inside out. We start with parentheses, and then the bracket. After that, we do the division, and finally we do the addition and subtraction. So we start with the parentheses. We have minus 2 times the parentheses. Be careful about the minus sign. Minus sign goes with the number 2. So we have minus 2 times 6 is minus 12. Minus 2 times minus 3 is positive 6. So, and we close the square bracket and then divide it by 2. Now, we have the bracket, which is, we add them up, which is 4 plus 6 is 10, minus 12 is minus 2, and divided by 2. Now, in order to remove the bracket, the square bracket, we have to multiply minus 2 by minus 3 by minus 2. So we have 4 minus 3 and minus 2 multiplied together. It is going to be 6, and then divided by 2. Since multiplication and division comes before adding and subtracting, we do that first. 6 divided by 2 is going to be 3, so the result is 7. Using the rules of operation, we solve this problem and we have the result as 7. Let's do one more example before moving on to the next subject. Let's have PEMDA here first, and then the example 7 plus 6 times 5 squared plus 3, and then close the parentheses. This one has exponent, which is going to be discussed later, but for now let's work through it. 7. So first we are going to do inside the parentheses out. The first thing we do is solve the exponent. So 6 times 5 squared means 5 times 5 is 25 plus 3. Now we have multiplication addition. According to PEMDA, first we do multiplication, then the addition. So 6 times 25 is going to be 150 plus 3, 7 plus 150, we don't need parentheses anymore, 153, and then last operation is adding these two numbers together and get 160, and we are done. This is pretty much what we intended to talk about it. Our next lesson start with algebra and exponent.